Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, and due to high demand, I will be making a video on my magic build. Now, this will only include like my actual magic build. I won't be mentioning like the bow and the venomous arrows and stuff like that, because that's not part of the magic build itself. That's just a kind of like a cheap little trick that you can use to fight any boss that you want, really. Which I already made a video on why that is like such a good thing to do way back when I made that video. But so yeah, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'll try to make it as short as possible, but if you want to see my build, here it is. So first of all, I always like to have a main magical weapon that I use for when I'm attacking things. This could be anything from the Reaper Staff IV, which it was for a while. It was the Reaper Staff with the good enchantments and stuff like that. And all I needed to do was farm high level Reapers to get that. That is like probably the best beginner level, or not even beginner, just like best starter end game type of loot for a magic build, because you get like 1,000 magic attack. Although it does, the enchantments do make your magic go down a lot faster. I'm pretty sure I have it actually up here in my base. I might have it. I'm not sure. I do not have it. Let's check what's in here. Here it is. This is not the one. Is this the one? This is not the one. No, it is the one. Never mind. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one I used for a while. Except there was one more enchantment that came before the Ruler of Indigo, and it would give you basically 1,000 magic attack. It'd give you like 996 or something like that. I don't really remember the specifics, but if you have a Grim Reaper IVs or 4s, and you have 3 enchantments, 2 yellow enchantments, 1 blue enchantment, that is the best like beginner level, or not like beginner level, end game level loot right now, at least for me. And that's what I used personally. This is all about like what I've used. So now with the new additions of the staffs, I am now using the Gambaten with a Kai 99, and it has like 1,500 magic attack, which is really good, and it also doesn't have the minus 200% more mana consumption, which is great because I could do a lot of chain magic attacks with this thing. Now that's basically all I use for like gear. It's really about the weapon that you use. It's not so much about the accessories. Obviously the accessories help. Like I have a couple magic attack stuff in here. And this is all made by the Reaper glass. So as you can see, you make these with glass, right? And the Reaper's Ruler of Indigo enchant on that glass are really good. So if you really want to get a good magic build, just farm a bunch of glass, honestly. That's like or from a bunch of Reapers, I mean, because that's how I did it when I first started out. I just farmed a bunch of Reapers, and I was able to craft these two really good, or they used to be really good, accessories. Now the armor also doesn't really matter that much. Like it's really about the weapon at the end of the day. But I do recommend the hat. I do recommend to get a crown from a King Mono, because those usually have really good magic enchants on them. Like this one has really good magic enchants. These percentages add up. So if I go to this, you can see my build, and I got 156% plus 90% magic attack, which is a lot. It's a lot of stuff. That's not even me full build. If I fully equip everything I use, like this, and I also have the shield equipped, and these accessories also, with the new addition of the magic stones and stuff like that, that's like it'd be better to use a magic stone if you're gonna go full magic. But I'm like, my build's kind of a hybrid, so I don't really go full magic. I just have the magic weapon that carries me through the whole thing, and then the gear doesn't really matter that much. But I have a bit of magic attack on this, and yeah, but it changes a bit. We get a bit more magic attack. I think about like 10% more. I'm not really keeping track. But the skills I use that I will, this is where I'll go like actually in depth with my opinions, because the gear is pretty self-explanatory. Also, I recommend using Griffin wings instead of a jetpack, or like just Griffin wings instead of anything, because they do have good magic enchants, depending on how you build it. But the Griffin's feathers do have good magic enchants when dropped. Usually, actually, they only have good magic enchants. So I recommend wearing like these if you're going like, you know, fully fledged, you know. But I don't really care that much. So I just use the jetpack. So the skills. Now for skills, this is just my personal thing that I do. I love having the movement capabilities and just like the clean stuff like that. This is me. I think I have 54 skill points or 55. I finished all the missions, or at least most of them except for this one. If you do all these, you can get like 6 more skill points, or 5 more skill points. But I didn't do this yet. Let me go back to skills. So I'll just go through this. So I get the dodge, I get the meditation. This is my recent build. I used to have it different, but now this is what I use now. Meditation, because that passive mana recovery is really good when you don't want to be eating a bunch of food. Acrobatic, because I like being invulnerable when I jump, when I go to use bows. Jump height increases with skill level. Just to have rapid jump, just you go a bit higher, and you need like the higher jump is like always useful to have. Here you have double jump, because double jump is always useful. Grit level 1 is literally always useful if you're fighting big bosses. Skill fighter, really important for a magic build to have this maxed, or as close to max as you can get it. Obviously, to each their own, but that's what I do. And endurance, I recently put it down to only level 1. I used to have it at level 5 or 6, but now, or maxed out, I mean. But now I have it at level 1 just because I need more stuff in like other categories like skill fighter. For combat, there's not much that relates to magic, but in case you're interested in the bow, I just get jumping shot and ironclad number 2. Ironclad number 2 is good for the shield if you do have a shield accessory, or a shield like in your second hand. But other than that, it's not mandatory. This is where it gets real. So fire creation 3. I used to have Amon's dagger, which is the sword that has the Hellblaze enchant, like magic skill on it. So you don't need to have Hellblaze unlocked to use Hellblaze, but you need like 3 campfires to use it when you do use it. So I would always go with fire creation. Plus the rest of these really suck. The only one that's good is heal. Wind edge really sucks. Water creation sucks. Runic barrage is not good. Water creation is literally just for buckets of water anyways, so it's not even damage. But I like the fire creation because if you have an Amon's dagger or you use the Hellblaze skill, you need it. Or you don't need it, but like it's really convenient. I go with max magical quiver for the bow, which I'll just show you guys. This is my bow like set up right now. I go with level 5 rune stream because casting spells in a row, when you have the really low cooldowns with your when you have skill fighter maxed out, and you use frost mine, having rune stream is really good just to go over and over and over again with the frost mines. And now comes the most important part, is the actual skills you choose to use that are like the damaging ones. So lightning bolt is a good option for like beginner builds, and if you're dealing with like nothing too serious. Lightning bolt used to be like a favorite of mine, but then I figured out it's not the best, you know. There's some coming soon as well that will be like actually really good when they come out, but for now we just have to work with this. Lightning ball, this one is very good. I don't have it right now because I'm using the meteor instead down here, but lightning ball, I strongly recommend you use this. It is so good for killing bosses and just killing like crowd control, killing a bunch of things at once. If it's fully maxed out, it's very good. I personally was using it for like a while, and then I switched to the meteor because the meteor is just cooler. But I strongly recommend that if you want something that does good damage, lightning ball. Now, frost mine is essential. This skill is essential in any magic build whatsoever. There's lots you could argue against that it's like not actually essential, you know, but for my build, at least personally, I need to have this skill. This skill is the main damage output and just the main everything for this build. This build revolves around Frostmind. So you need Frostmind. Hellblaze, if you have a Mon's Dagger, which is the sword that I talked about, you don't need it. If you don't have a Mon's Dagger and you like the way Hellblaze works, which basically it's just like fire, but you can also enchant people with like the Burning Hell enchant, which like damages them over time like by a lot. I mean it's like an okay skill. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Time Lock, it sucks. It doesn't work on bosses, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Life Siphon, once again, not really worth it. I mean, well, it just takes away your life every time you cast skills, right? Like you cast Frostmind, it takes away your life. So if you have a lot of health in like your Slights of Growth build, then I mean, I guess you could go for it, but at the end of the day, it's all preference, right? But I'm just saying, for myself, I would not use it. Protection, never use this because I don't really play multiplayer that much, at least for like fighting bosses and stuff. But you know, if you need this, you should get it. It's like completely customizable, just with the builds. Wisdom level 5 for me, because lessening the mana consumption rate lets you do more attacks in a row, which then therefore optimizes on your rune stream. Like it capitalizes on that, and you just do more damage. It snowballs, and it's great. Fast cast, I mean, I don't melee attack, so I don't need it. 7 Meteor, this one is so cool. It's such a cool skill. It destroys a lot of things though, but big damage in a big area. Unfortunately, you can't really use it in like boss rooms. I think some boss rooms you can't use it in. But I think it's a pretty good skill. It's pretty fun. It looks really cool. Unlimited Flake Blades. This one, it's more, I mean, if you had fast cast, it would make sense to have this because you can pick up the blades. But this is more for like melee builds, because the blades do a bunch of damage. Like you can pick them up and they're really good swords, but they're temporary. So you do those for the one-shot builds, but I would never use Unlimited Fake Blade. Chaotic Development sounds really cool, but obviously not in the game yet. Mantra is like poison. Actually, no, it's miasma. Mantra is just for your own character. But then again, I don't use it. I mean, you don't really need to, right? I'm just like kind of a casual player in a way, so I don't really need these like insane 200,000 damage builds. But that's what this would do. By increasing, like, it also just increases like your mana recovery rate and stuff like that. Which is pretty useful if you have a lot of HP, like I said. But yeah, Miasma, it's alright. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely not bad. I personally don't use it, but if you like the way it feels, or like the way you can use it, or you find a good way to use it, then go right ahead, you know. Busting of Mana, I really love this skill, just because you just get more mana when out of combat and stuff, and it really saves your food. Like, because I usually eat these foods like sushi, which have a 260-second cooldown or something like that, 320. So having the passive mana regeneration is really good, in my opinion. And that's why I have Busting of Mana maxed. Execution, it's just really fun to use. It's nothing like crazy, because you can't do it on bosses. Well, you can do it on bosses, but like it has to be like, it's not effective on bosses, like, because they have to be at 2% HP for you to do the instant kill, right? And 2% HP for any boss is extremely low. Like, you could kill them if you got them down to 2% HP. You could kill them with one of your normal attacks anyways. You don't need the execution. But the execution is really good if you run into like random high level enemies in the wild and you really just want to kill them right away when they're at 50% HP. You just smack them in the box and they die instantly. It's great. Explosion actually looks really cool, man, because it's like a nuclear bomb. It's like a nuclear bomb. It looks so good, but obviously not in the game yet. So yeah. And High Resurrection, this is really useful actually. if you're in a party with a lot of people, this is one of the most useful skills you can have if you're like a healer. It's I recommend this skill if you're like are doing a big Sin Anubis run or something like that with a bunch of friends. But if you're a solo player, definitely don't get it. So basically, that's basically it. I don't really have any other things. Yeah, let's I'll go show you guys some of my combat then. I also want to talk about the food I use. Just for a quick second, I use sushi as my main magic food, just because you get 300 plus magic attack, and I use this for my health food because it's just a great health food. Sushi can be bought, and these pork things can be made, and they're quite good. And that's about it for my build. If I go into fighting hydras, I usually use poison resistance, but that's not really a part of the build. So yeah, and if you ever need like just to get out of something, just pull out a tank and you'll be fine, you know. But that's basically my build. So let's go fight something. Let's go find some stuff to fight. I don't know what we're gonna fight, I don't know where we're gonna fight, but we're gonna go here and we're gonna fight something. Alright, let's fight something. So, the main way I use this build, also something I forgot to mention with the staffs. Once you use the staff, you can right click when it's out, and you double your magic attack for a short amount of time. So I have like more magic attack now. But, usually the way I use this build is, since I have a 3-second cooldown on the frost mine, I just run around frost mining everything. Right? There's a King Mono. Let me let him get it big. I'll let him get big. Come on, bro. The way they made friggin' Frostmine work is now you have to be looking right at it, but see that just shredded him. He's got absolutely shredded instantly because of the one Frostmine. Frostmine's really good for CC as well. Like I can kill all these guys in a row just really easily. It's just like that. Let me just see. Let's put on the jetpack. I'm just looking for a dungeon. There's a dungeon. Although usually with bosses I don't really use my magic build. I usually just use poison arrows, or a tank. But sometimes it's not the worst idea to use your magic build, just because first of all, when using the magic frostmine, you can make like walls to block attacks and stuff like that. So if like the lizard gunner is shooting at you, you can literally make a wall and then hide behind that wall and he can't kill you, which I think is great. But before we go in here, let's just nuke this bear with the meteor skill. This is a meteor skill. Quite cool. Does a lot of damage. And yeah, this is the execution skill that I use sometimes, but not really that much. Should run through this dungeon. Yeah, here, like for going through dungeons, this is really easy, just because. Oh my god, if I can get to the thing, just because I can do this, and then boom, it's just over just like that. And if I want this guy to die, I just do that. Kills him instantly. Magic builds are really good. This is me without even without the concentration thing either. Having the rune stream really helps when you're fighting bosses though, because you just hit them over and over with a frost mine. Let's see if I do this. Do you just kill everything? How am I gonna get this? I get it in my inventory. Put my pet here. Yeah, I just kill everything like that. And I mean, you can do this too. Like this build isn't even that refined. My build is not even that crazy. I haven't put like nearly as much time or effort into it as other people have put into like their different builds. Also, if you left click attack with a staff, you can do like some simple like magic moves that will shoot out these little things that auto target onto enemies. Here we have a snake. Oh, that guy's scary. And see, it doesn't do that much damage to these guys. And you can't summon meteors in here. So for snakes, I usually just use a tank. That's the flaw with magic builds. It's great for fighting everything except bosses. Bosses, it's not that good. And it's not terrible. It just takes a while. But it's definitely not the best. See, if I focus up right here and do that, I can do some considerable damage if I'm all buffed up. Not bad. But obviously compared to one-shot builds, I mean, this is pretty bad. Not the best, you know. But it's not terrible. We can do this. Smack him in there. Not do any damage though, because obviously he's a boss. You need to have him 2% to do that. But if we keep just doing this. For bosses like this, since he's poison, I can't use my bow, but I would recommend using like something other than magic, just because it's faster. If magic's the only thing you got, then it's not the worst idea, but it's just also not the best. This is gonna take a while. See, magic doesn't do like that much damage, depending on the skills you use. If I was using lightning ball, it would be like different. But for my build personally, I just use frostmine because frostmine is the best magic skill in the entire tree, at least available right now. See the rune stream stacking up at the bottom of my screen. We do more damage every time. Pretty good. I'll see if I can execute him. Let's see if that's 2% of his HP. Nope, that's not 2% of his HP. This might be. This might be 2% of his HP. I'm gonna try out the execution on him. Let's try hitting him. If this is not 2%, then I don't know what that is. Nope. Might have gotten cancelled, but we took him out, and yeah, it took a decent amount of time, but wasn't the worst boss fight. Magic can do stuff. They can do a lot. There's the passive magic regeneration going into work. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's my magic build. It's the one I use and the one I use in all the videos I do and stuff like that. But yeah, you can make your own magic build and just, you know, build off of it. It's completely preference. Magic is the most fun in my opinion, because one-shot builds, I mean, you hit it once, it's dead, right? So that's kind of boring. And then the bow builds, like, it just gets kind of boring pretty fast. But with magic, you can be diverse and different, and you can do a whole bunch of different spells and different combos and stuff. So it's not bad. Obviously they are making magic more accessible now with the addition of like the magical robes and the magic stone and the new staffs. So I definitely think that I might be changing my build in the future, but for now this is what it is. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one.